Alright ladies, have you ever found yourself asking this question? Why do men always seem to lose interest once things start to get serious? Or why do I give so much only for him to pull away out of the blue? Then what I'm about to share with you could change how you approach love and dating for the rest of your life. Because the hard truth is that many of you have codependent tendencies and behaviors that slowly diminish attraction, energy, and connection. And in this video, I actually want to focus on 7 of these behaviors that many of you do unconsciously. Once you recognize them, especially behavior number 4, you're going to have the awareness to stop showing up in ways that make a man lose interest and start showing up as the kind of woman who inspires deep love, effort, and long-term commitment. If you're new to the channel, my name is Ismael Gomez. I'm a coach, writer, and speaker, and today we're gonna go over the habits that cause men to pull away, even when you think that your heart is in the right place. Okay, so let's begin. Number 1, you only feel loved when you're needed. So you like the guy who needs you in order for him to function. You feel valuable when you're the only one who understands him and his issues. You see his wounds and you think, I can help him heal. But that nurturing instinct can become dangerous when it becomes your sole identity. The moment your worth depends on your ability to help someone, you're not attracting a partner, you're attracting a project. Think about what happens when he doesn't need saving anymore. What happens when the chaos settles? Understand that being needed is not the same as being loved. And the man who chooses you without needing you is the one who actually sees your value. And when the dynamic is unbalanced, when you're doing the emotional labor for the two of you, he's going to slowly lose respect for you. Number 2, you fear making mistakes. You overthink a lot of your text messages, you walk on eggshells, afraid that one wrong move is going to scare him away. This energy is exhausting, and not just for you, but for him as well. If you're constantly trying to get it right, you leave no room for spontaneity or the organic growth of your relationship, and attraction can slowly fade without those things. Remember that you're only afraid of doing the wrong thing when you don't really understand how it works. I mean, you're never anxious or you never overthink how to brush your teeth, right? Because you know exactly how it works, and that is the whole point of these lessons on my channel, so you actually understand dating, relationship dynamics with men, and you stop second guessing yourself every time that you take action. And listen, as always, if you ever feel like you need some extra support in your love life, or you're curious how my coaching could help you personally, you can book a free clarity call on the pinned comment below. Number 3, you try to match his energy. Everyone online talks about this whole thing of matching someone's energy, and I get it. Sometimes it is helpful, but most of the time, in my experience, it actually pushes you into becoming someone that you don't even recognize or like. I mean, think about it, okay? Let's say that you meet a man that you really like and you're ready to give 100%, to show up fully, but instead he's giving you 50%. And now you start shrinking yourself to give 50% back. And you're always watching, how much is he giving so I can know to match his energy, and you're not being authentic or true to yourself. So instead of matching energy, focus on alignment. Find someone who naturally gives like you do, who values the connection the same way that you do, because that's going to feel a lot better. Number 4, you compromise just to keep the connection. This is something I had to overcome personally before I found my partner. And that is that when you're out there dating and trying to build a connection with someone, the universe is going to send you a man who feels kind of close, but not quite right, because it's testing you to see if you're willing to settle. And those are the men who are going to waste months, even years of your life. Because deep down, what I see is that many of you are not really looking for the right relationship. You're looking for any relationship just to avoid being alone. And when you abandon your values just to stay connected, you're not building a relationship. You're building a foundation of desperation. And a man can instinctively feel this, okay? And over time, he's going to learn something important, that your boundaries are flexible. And that does not make him a bad person. It just makes him human, okay? We all test limits, consciously or not, with every decision that you make, what you accept, what you overlook, what you stay silent about. You're teaching him exactly what your standards are. Number 5, you feel responsible for fixing his life. One of the most common ways that women sabotage attraction is by turning into his therapist. You take on his stress, his traumas, his financial problems, and you're trying to fix things before he even asks for help. And here's the thing, men don't fall in love with a woman who solves the problems, they fall for the woman who inspires them to solve their own. When you constantly step in to fix or rescue, you disrupt the polarity of a balanced relationship. He's going to stop seeing you as his romantic partner and start seeing you as his emotional caretaker. And that is when interest fades and the respect goes with it. Number 6, you feel guilty for having needs. You want to talk more, spend more time together, or get clarity about the relationship, but you're so afraid of being too much, so you stay quiet. You tell yourself, maybe I'm being needy. And let me be clear about something, okay? Wanting connection does not make you needy. We all want a strong sense of connection in all of our relationships. And asking for clarity does not make you clingy. It just gives you a sense of direction, which actually men can respect. Many times men lose interest, not because you have needs, but because you hide them and you let them grow into confusion, bitterness, or self-abandonment. A secure man wants to meet and exceed your needs, okay? He just can't do it if you keep pretending that you don't have any. And final, number 7, you avoid conflict at all costs. This one is straightforward, but unfortunately very common. You sense that something is off, but you don't speak up. You brush it under the rug because you tell yourself that it's not worth the fight. And here's the problem with that. Avoiding conflict does not equal a peaceful relationship. It actually brings silence, and over time, silence kills intimacy. When you stay silent, okay, especially about how you feel, what you need, or what's not working, you think that you might be protecting the connection, but in reality, you're putting emotional distance between you and him. I was actually reading some research the other day that was saying that couples who handle conflict early in their relationship are more likely to last. And honestly, I've seen this play out in my own relationship. I remember in the first or second month that we were dating, my partner and I had some really intense conversations, the kind of that I used to avoid in the past. But in this occasion, I said, I'm not running away, okay? We're going to talk about this. We're not sweeping anything under the rug. We're gonna come to a compromise until both of us agree that this is the right decision. And seeing that she was willing to have those difficult conversations with me without shutting down or looking for excuses made me 10 times more attracted to her. All right, ladies, so to wrap things up, as I said, men don't fall for the woman who tries the hardest to please them. They fall for the woman who stands in her truth. Because when you stop trying to earn love and you start expecting alignment and consistency, everything changes. And by the way, I just want to say thank you to all of you ladies who left some really lovely comments on my last video. Even though I don't have time to reply to all of them, know that every time that I go on my computer and I check my analytics and I check in the comments and I see that you ladies are finding a lot of value in this, it really makes my day. Anyways, thank you for subscribing to my channel. I'm glad that you've chosen me to learn about self-love, dating, and relationship dynamics, because like I always say, for your relationships to change, you need to change, okay? Have a beautiful day.